Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and teachers of Great Millstone and the like-minded men who may not be directly part of Great Millstone but are pushing the same 144% truth doctrine from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai given to the apostles on down, from Abba Bivens and the One West men on down to Apostle Tahar, Gabar, Rakar, and Ramlab. Shalom to the elect men, women, and children of the Bayaf Dawadah, the house of David, who are predestined to be saved in these last days. We are in these last days, so this is a quick update. Like I said, I'm just getting ready to go to the plantation early morning. Got a long day ahead, so I thought I'd just get something out. Went to looking at some news on WEON, so I'm going to bring out a few videos. Lord's willing, it's edifying. Lord's willing, it's edifying. So, I mean, there's a lot going on. Shinzo Abe, which is the Japanese, which is the Ammonite ex-prime minister, was shot earlier this morning today. Yeah, he's in a grave condition. So that's sedition amongst men, even in Ammon land, Japan, right? But the point of this one is just a few updates on war and rumours of war and the escalating events going on around the world. So I'm going to go straight to the scriptures. Ecclesiastes 3 and 7. 3 and 6 I'll start actually, with the points in 8. A time to get and a time to lose. Remember, we got coming up, we were in the beginnings of Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 13:7, as the apostles have said. We're going to lose a lot, but we're going to gain more by the will of Yahweh if it's our lot as the hopeful elect to be of the elect. Yeah, and that's the point. You know, it's about faith and endurance and praying to Yahweh on a regular to give us that faith and that endurance in these times ahead that are fast approaching. So back to the scriptures. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. You know, we've got to be as pilgrims upon the earth. Right, knowing in your mind more than likely we're going to be homeless at some point. Yeah? Right, because we're not going to take that MOTB, which is Revelation 13:16 to 18 on down. We're not going to take that by the will of Yahweh Shai. That's not our lot. Yeah? A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to rip up and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. You know, a wise man knows when to speak and when not to speak. Like I'm going, for instance, I'm going to the plantation now. I'm not going to talk about the truth with these people at the work. You know what I mean? I'm not going to talk about it with them. I don't really engage with them. I just like, because they talk some folly business anyway. But that's besides the point. Ecclesiastes 3 and 8, this is the point. A time to love and a time, sorry, it's like I'm just going around the corner. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. Clearly we are not in the time of war. I mean a peace, like Satan. We're not in a time of peace. We got the war drums beating around the world. Yeah, the war drums are beating. So on that note, Lord's will, I can get this up. I'm gonna play this.
Clear to see.
You can see the headlines here.
But its secretive activities are starting to attract more attention. It's why the heads of MI5 and the FBI used their first ever joint public speech to raise the alarm.
The most game-changing challenge we face comes from the Chinese Communist Party. It's covertly applying pressure across the globe. This might feel abstract, but it's real and it's pressing. We need to talk about it. We need to act.
China's accused of hacking and stealing secrets to get ahead in areas like technology and medicine. The security chief said it also uses coercion and corruption to spread influence and ideas. Cyberspace, a big battlefield. Of course, Russia's war in Ukraine and the wider Russian threat is a major focus for officials at MI5 and at the FBI. But it's the sheer breadth and scale of the challenge posed by China that's causing such concern, with targets ranging from university students and local politicians to giant corporations and national governments.
So we get the point here, yeah? These people are preparing for war. Yeah? You know, not just on, we see we got a Ukraine issue there, Russia and Ukraine. We got Iran. We got Iran and Israel. Yeah? Israel, the small hats. They're going to go for it sooner or later. The least of the flock shall draw them out. Yeah? We got Taiwan. I think China so-called encroached on Taiwan the other day on the sea waters or something like that. Yeah? But the fact is, these people are preparing for war. Yeah? I'm going to get some scriptures here. Lucky, I'm just trying to work it out. So I've just lined a few scriptures. Like I said, I'm on my way to the plantation. So today, I've got it under the title. One second. Here we go. Isaiah, let me just start with Joel, yeah? Start with Joel, in fact, start with Isaiah. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth, Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashim Yashai, that's the Lord of armies, mustereth the host of the battle. And so it's gathering these nations, yeah, for the final count, which is the final escalation of this thing, which is the final battle of these nations, right? Which we're going to go into Joel for this, in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, yeah, which we're going to go read here today, yeah. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Yehuda, Judah and Jerusalem, as Judah and Jerusalem, yeah, because we're being brought back, the elect are being brought back. It's a hopeful elect, that's what we say, with a hopeful elect, but the elect are being brought back. Each day the elect is being sealed. It's possible to Har said the elect might already be sealed, which technically it is, you know, sealed from the foundation of the earth. So, you know, I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, that's Jehoshaphat, yeah, Yahweh's judgment, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, Yasharallah, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So what we're seeing is, all these wars and rumors of wars, Matthew 24, yeah, 6 and 7 and 8, and the beginnings of sorrows, eventually it's going to culminate in these nations being brought down and being that ground battle happening in the Levant region, yeah? Right, we can see Elder Yashawamba did a video the other day. I did one I think it was last year or the beginning of this year, on the fact that Euphrates is drying up. That's a major prophecy. Yeah, major prophecy. I think it's Revelation 16. So lucky if I'm wrong on that. But like I said, I'm driving, so it's difficult to get the scriptures out here because I don't want to touch the phone too much. So yeah, we can see what's happening, right? The wars are developing, they are growing. We see the plagues, we see the pestilence. These are the end times. You know, the times of tribulation are to come. You know, by the will of Yahweh Shim Yashai, we can see these things. You know, these people look like I said, I'm going to the plantation. These people are in folly, man. They don't know what the F's going on. Simple as that. So let me just get the next video, yeah? Next video, because I'm approaching my destination.
Shifting focus to continuous coverage of the Russia-Ukraine war. Now, the Russian invasion of Ukraine is now in its 5th month. And the past few weeks, the West has imposed a barrage of sanctions against Russia, further urging to resolve the war through diplomacy. But despite all of this, Russian President Vladimir Putin is staunch on its decision to invade Ukraine. In a hawkish speech on Thursday, the Russian president said that Russia had barely gotten started in terms of its war in Ukraine. Not only this, he also dared the West to try to defeat Russia on the battlefield, further asserting,
that's Ezekiel 38, and that's it. Ezekiel 38, like, in your face, the bear's rising.
On how any prospects for negotiation would only grow dimmer if the conflict drags on. Listen in.
Сегодня мы слышим, что нас хотят победить на поле боя. Ну, что здесь скажешь? Пусть попробуют. Мы уже много слышали, что Запад хочет воевать с нами до последнего украинца. Это трагедия для украинского народа. Но, похоже, все к этому и идет.
Russia has further accused the West of waging a proxy war by hammering the Russian economy with sanctions and by supplying advanced weapons to Ukraine. He also accused the West of behaving in a totalitarian manner and further accused it of censoring media. Addressing Russian parliamentary leaders, this was Russian President Vladimir Putin's first reference to diplomacy in many.
So we get the point there. So like I couldn't read the captions, Lord, well, you could you read them because, like I said, I'm driving. So I'm going to finish off with some scriptures. Lord will put the video in the description box. The videos that I've used, yeah. So let's quickly go back. Find this today. Here we are. Right. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, which is not speaking. Yahweh SIMEON Shai's words don't lie. Yeah? The words do not return unto him void. Isaiah 55 and 11. Right? Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, and it's not tarrying. This is the year of the turn up. The Apostle Tahar's coined the phrase the year of the turn up. Yeah, and it's turned up. It's turned up even in the second half of this year. So I'm approaching my destination now. So obviously Matthew, this is 2 Esdras 9 and 1 corresponds with Matthew 24. Yeah, words of Yahweh Shai. So I'm going to read this. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time that the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that is surely happening, yeah? We can see it. I don't need to go over and over and over what's happening, the pestilences, the plagues, the sedition, people rising up against one another, the love of many waxing cold. Yeah? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the day that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, and it's manifesting. Right? So that, Lord's will, is edifying. I'd like to say shalom to the elect, from the hopeful elect. Again, Adawan Ratazai, it was edifying. Shalom.